Beer for breakfast? Why not? Our next guest just might turn you into a beer lover. John Holl is the author of the Craft Brewery Cookbook, so grab a cold one while he shows us a delicious way to top your waffles.
So, all right, well, I love that you're drinking beer. Let's talk about what we're making today.
Absolutely. So we have this beer berry compote and fresh waffles. And the thing that I really like about this is how easy it can come together. It's a quick grocery shop. It's stuff that you can have in on the weekend. But what I really like about this is, again, how quickly it comes together, but the fresh flavors and how they all mix together.
Okay, so how do we make a beer berry compote?
Well, it starts with berries, obviously. And so you can use whatever sort of berries you have on hand. So in this case, we're going to start off with some raspberries, and I'm working in my own kitchen here. So I'm just going to go, full hands right into the pot with these things. So I have some raspberries, I have some fresh blackberries, and then I have some chopped up strawberries that are going in there, right all into the pot. And, we're going to get it cooking in just a minute. The next thing, obviously, that you want to do is a little bit of lemon juice. You can just squeeze it straight into the pot as you're going.
And you just took a handful of each berry, right? There's not like
for the purposes of this, I'm just sort of doing the handful. I mean, I can actually take this whole thing and dump it all in. We're talking about 6 ounces each, thereabouts. And this is going to, serve about 6 to 8 people once you do it, if you're doing about 6 ounces of each berry that you have going along. But, this is TV. This is not supposed to necessarily be real life. So I'm just having a little fun, and I'm just, I mean, if it's going to make you feel better, I'm going to take all of the berries. I'm going to put all the berries into the pot.
That makes me feel better.
Great that way. Does it perfect. That's why I'm here. I'm just here to make people feel good. And then we're going to get a shandy. A shandy beer is usually a combination of a base beer and a fruit beer of some kind, or a fruit juice of some kind. So it's usually low in alcohol, 3-4% alcohol. It's a really nice brunch style beer, where you're still tasting some of the malt, some of the hops, but then you're also getting whatever fruit the brewer has put forward to really give it that taste. So in this case, I have a raspberry shandy. So the raspberry shandy is going right into the pot, which is great. There it is. And then that's why you have your beer on the side, because you're cooking with all the beer, but you need...
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to waste any beer. I mean, that would
just a little bit. Fun thing, orange peel just adds a nice little flavor to it. And then you got your sugar. You put that in. You're going to mix that up, obviously. And then you're just going to put it on a pot for a little while. Bring it to a boil. Let it boil for about a minute. Reduce it a little bit. Let it aggressively simmer for about 7 minutes or thereabouts. And then let it go for about another 20 or so on low settings. A lot of the liquid's going to evaporate. The fruit is going to burst, so you're going to get a lot more of that really nice syrup coming through. And, you can do homemade waffles. Everybody has, I'm sure, a family recipe. There's a recipe in the book for homemade waffles that you can do. Or, again, if it's a weekend, if you were out late the night before, if you want something just a little bit easy, nobody's going to know if it's Eggos.
I mean, listen, Trader Joe's makes a nice Belgian waffle that's frozen that you just pop in the toaster. I'm not opposed to that.
That's it. I mean, it's all about your comfort level of what you want to cook, how easy you want to make it, or how ambitious you want to make it. Sometimes I feel like making homemade waffles. Other times I just want the toaster to do the work for me. But either way, if you're using homemade waffles or you're using the frozen kind, which again are great, you've now just made a fresh berry compote that has cooked for about half an hour in the morning, and it turns into this really nice, thick, almost syrupy with all these great flavors. I'm just going to go nuts because I'm the only one eating this today.
Go for it. It's almost lunchtime and my stomach is growling looking at that.
And there it is. It comes out. It's a little bit thick. It's a little bit syrupy, but it has those really great strawberries and blackberries and raspberries all in there. And it's fun to eat.
So, John, my question is, I would have never thought to put beer in a compote. What are other recipes in the book that include beer?
So beer is a really wonderful, versatile ingredient. And if you think about beer on a whole, it's almost like using a spice cabinet, because the 4 main ingredients of beer all have their own flavor components to them. And so let's just talk about hops for a second. Hops can have flavors and aromas of grapefruit or strawberry or pine. There's ones that are out there that smell like blueberries or peaches, but when you add them to a recipe, it helps them forward a little bit more. Same thing with malts. And so if you're using those in desserts like cakes or pies, that can go a really long way. So we have a bunch of recipes in the book, everything from breakfast, as you've just seen, to desserts and meals, regular meals. For dinner, appetizers that sometimes use beer as an ingredient to sort of give everything else that's in the dish just a little extra boost, just a little extra flavor. But a lot of the times it really comes down to pairing.
Well, I think this is phenomenal. I cannot wait to start cooking from your book. Thank you so much, John. Cheers to you. I don't have any beer, but cheers to you over there.
I know we messed up. Next time we'll get you one.